New fuel pumps suck. There is nothing worse than having that shiny hockey puck looking thing hanging off the side of your vintage engine. Just ruins the look for me. Unfortunately, these are somewhat hard to fix. Not really. I'll show you how to do it. It's going to cost you less than 40 bucks. Oh, come on. So here we have the old glass bowl fuel pump. These were pretty standard on the older cars, Falcons, Holdens, etc. As far back as I think 1928 is the earliest one I could find. I like these because I like the way they look. But the rebuild kit for these is 130 bucks. But the repop disc style pumps, the hockey puck looking pump, they are 120 bucks to buy. So I couldn't justify buying a kit for the price of a pump. But I was looking online. The Ford tractor, or Fordson tractor pump, looks very similar. So if you have a look here, you've got the Ford pump, looks like this, and the Fordson pump looks like this. Now the rebuild kit for the Fordson pump is 38 bucks. And it looks like it might almost work. So what we're going to do is I'm going to strip this down, take all this apart, make sure it's all pretty and looking the way it should. And then once it's cleaned up, I'm going to throw it back together and see whether your Fordson tractor parts will fit. So firstly, we're going to crack all of these outer screws loose. There is 6 outer screws. Actually, first I'm going to take the bowl off, because if I manage to break the fuel bowl, that will kind of defeat the purpose of trying to do this cheap. Now this is just a spare pump that I had laying around, so it actually doesn't matter if this works, but if it does, then we found a cheap way to rebuild fuel pumps. So let's have a go. Oh, well that's not ideal, but it's okay. We didn't really expect this thing to be in any kind of good condition. It's been sitting in the shed for a long time. The next part is you've got a little retaining pin in here that we need to knock through, and it should only push one way. It's got a see how it's got these little dimples to stop it going through the other way, and it's got this little brass insert on that side to keep it there. Yes, I've since found out they're Welsh plugs, and what is missing. This hammer is entirely overkill. Oh. Oh. That comes apart. You've got your lever, your spring, your pin. Now this little internal fork just pushes up and pops out if you put a little bit of pressure on it. And it actually sits onto that little internal flange there. And then we've got our diaphragm spring, which, let's be honest, looks terrible. And you've got our housing, which also looks quite terrible. Okay, so this is what we end up with when the whole thing's pulled down. Ironically, that diaphragm, aside from being really, really solid, ooh, and crispy, it probably would almost still work, if we're being honest. Now, just to compare here, here's our Fordson parts. We're looking pretty good so far, except for this has that kind of fork and this has the hole, so we're going to have to do something about that. But first, we'll clean everything up, see what it looks like. Now, some might say I'm cheating here because I'm going to throw this in the ultrasonic cleaner. You don't need an ultrasonic cleaner, it's just way easier to clean parts this way. Okay, so nothing too crazy here, just our ultrasonic cleaner, a little bit of morning fresh for good measure. And we'll just give this a 5-minute run just to clean everything off. Right, so that's first round through the cleaner. I think we're going to have to go again because it's better, but it's still not great. So, however, the glass bowl came out really nice. We'll give it another hit, try and loosen all this stuff up. Now, realistically, if your pump looks this bad, it's probably not worth rebuilding, but I just want to show that it can be done. Okay, you can hear the ultrasonic cleaner buzzing away in the background there, but we'll ignore that for a minute. So, the issue we had was these two plungers, diaphragms, had different plunges on them basically. So what I did is I basically just measured and marked this one here. Come on, focus. Measured and marked this one here so that it has very close to the same port or pin location as that one. Now this one is actually fractionally longer, but it also has a slightly thinner gasket. So if you have a look, this diaphragm is either swollen or it's just a thicker material, whereas this is not quite so thick. So hopefully that will even itself out. Okay, so we're just going to pull these pieces out of the cleaner. We're not entirely stoked with how it came out, but it's clean enough for what we're doing, and at this point I'm not even sure that this is going to work, so let's not put too much time into it. What we are going to do though is make sure that we get all the varnish and stuff out of here. Anything that might cause it to stick or bind or tear, because unfortunately with these fuel pumps, if that diaphragm does tear, it just goes straight into the crankcase, which is not good for anybody. Okay, so I'm just going to pop our rubber back in. I really should have got a new one, but I didn't, so we'll just make do with that, I guess. Now this is going to go on here, it's going to sit nicely, and so far it all sort of sits and looks like it should. That's going to pop over there, and hopefully that'll not break. Turns out I was incorrect, I had to grind this down more. Noted for next time. So we managed to get that loaded, and it has quite a lot of tension on it. Now I find the easiest way to do this is if you put a screwdriver back in where that goes, then we put the pin in very carefully. You can actually hit all of it all at the same time, and if you lose it, then that drops down and you've got to start again. Try again, and in. There we go. Okay, so getting that back together was a pain, but we managed. Springs back in, and if we have a look at this, I actually think that'll work quite well. And even if you look, the holes kind of pretty much line up, so we might be in business here. Not such a stupid idea after all. This actually came up pretty reasonable, really. Still got a little bit of gunk and stuff, but most of this corrosion's coming off. The main thing is I need to be able to get this out, because it's, as you can see, not doing much. It's sort of just hanging out there. So we'll try and get that out gently, try not to break anything, and separate these parts. Make sure it's all clean, and then we'll start looking at putting it back together. We've got all this cleaned up, but what we've got in here is these little cross pins that hold this valve in place. I'm not going to, this I've blown through, it's quite clean, and I don't have another one, so we're just going to make do with the one that's here. This one, however, is not great, very solid, and it's not well, so we're going to actually shave off these little cross pins, and we're going to change it over for new ones. So who would have guessed trying to get a part out that's been in there for 50 years is a pain. Okay, we're going to try something else. Because when all else fails, hit it with a hammer. Come on. There it goes. Sort of. It did not, in fact, go. These suck to get out of here. Also, don't put a 2mm drill bit through your finger, because that also sucks. So my recommendation is, if you don't need to change them, then probably don't. Right, now that I've cleaned up mostly the right awful mess I made of both my finger and the socket that the valve sits in, I'll tidy it up and see if I can get a new one in there. Otherwise, I just stab myself for no reason. I'm just going to really gently reseat this center punch. They say not to do this, but I'm going to reuse the old pin marks to hold it in place. there we go. No problem. Easy peasy. Minor bloodshed, but fine. And then from here, it's just a matter of putting it all back together. Put our cradle back in, your rubber, fuel bowl. I can screw that back into position. Actually have in written on them for your inlet side, and because we know that the forward fuel pump is on the left side of the engine, it'll go this way. What I'd like to do is get the first two in, just to center it, locate it, set it up. And then we can put the other four in and tighten them down in a crisscross pattern. Alright, we'll tighten off the last screws. Just one quick check around. And a quick test to make sure it was worth it. You can hear it. Pumping fuel. Well, not fuel, but there you have it. One glass bowl fuel pump, freshly rebuilt for under 40 bucks. That's pretty good. Hopefully that's of help to some of you. This is my favorite thing to do, is fix old parts. I hate buying stuff and throwing away things that just need a little bit of love. So if you guys like this sort of stuff, make sure you like, comment, let me know. I'll keep doing some how-to tutorials on these things, and I'll try to stop breaking myself in the process. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.